Hi, I'm back again with another vlog, and since it's Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day! I'm gonna be writing. I'm used to writing, talking about some of my favorite things slash things I love to do. And so, my first topic up on my little list, my little outline, is Valentine's Day text. I didn't know this was a thing. I first got them back in college, like around freshman year. Yeah. And I was just like, wow. Like, like how you send happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas text. I didn't know people send out Valentine's Day texts like that. And in fact, I got some from some of my friends from college. So yeah, that's cool. I like them. I'm not one to send them out. I'm not against them at all. But yeah, what do you think about them? What do you think about Valentine's Day texts to your family or your friends? I know people are focusing on celebrating all kinds of love today and not just love between you and a significant other. So let me know what you think about them. Message me, reply to this post, whatever. So next up on my little agenda is to list some of my favorite things. My favorite color is blue. My favorite Bible verse is James 1:12, one of them. I have so many, but that's my favorite right now. It is, "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him." Sadly, I don't have that memorized yet. I need to get it memorized. I need to start working on that. But let's see, some of my other favorite things. I like to dance. I mentioned that before. I like to sing. I like to mime, like gospel mime. I like pistachio ice cream. That's one of my favorite kinds of ice cream. You might think it sounds gross, but it's actually really good. um, I like to read. I like to write. But you know those things already. But yeah, so those are some of my big favorites, big things that I love to do. Oh, one of my favorite books is Their Eyes Are Watching God, and actually by Zora Neale Hurston. Bam. And this first line I'm gonna read like a paragraph from here, or two paragraphs from here. Inspired the poem, a piece of the poem that I'm gonna share. So yeah, let's just read this and then I'll share my poem, a piece of it, a little excerpt. So excerpt from the book, excerpt from my poem. This is from the first page. So opening paragraphs. Ships at a distance have every man's wish on board. For some, they come in with the tide. For others, they sail forever on the horizon, never out of sight, never landing until the watcher turns his eye away in resignation, his dreams mocked to death by time. That is the life of men. Now, women forget all those things they don't want to remember, and remember everything they don't want to forget. The dream is the truth. They act and do things accordingly. I love this book. And it is sort of about love. It's about love, about self realization, learning about yourself, all those types of things, and I just love it so very much. Now I'm gonna read an excerpt from my poem. Why only an excerpt? I don't know if I'm really done editing it all the way. I don't know if you want to give me feedback on this little piece. Feel free. This is one of my favorite parts of the poem as well, so that's what I'm gonna share. I have it on my phone. So here it goes. It's from the poem called Infatuations. You might have seen a post about that. I mentioned I was doing one about crushes and infatuation, so this is finally that poem, a piece from that poem. But an infatuation is a star you wish on, a ship on the horizon. It is something beautiful you can't quite put your finger on. Why would I want to know that the star I've wished on has been dead for a long time, that the ship I've admired on the horizon isn't going anywhere special? So that's my little that's my little excerpt from it. I'm very attached to that poem. I love that poem so much. And you might have seen mentioned to me about my crushes. I had some Tumblr crushes. I'm slowly but surely getting over them and letting them go. It's good. Because to me, sometimes crushes can be a really waste of energy. I like to invest my time and interest and emotions into people that I care about, but I think it can be a waste of energy if you're not getting that kind of love and attention back. And that happens when you have a crush, because most of the times you don't know that you're afraid to tell them, because then all the magicalness of how great they will be over if they don't feel the same way about you. So yeah. And I have one last thing on my little agenda. Let me see if I can go back to my notes. And it's talking about being single. So I am single. I'm finally really content with being single. I've been content for a while, but I never really just sat down to talk about it. But yeah, and it's good to be content with being single. With being single, like don't just be like, "Oh, I'm single." Yeah, that's awesome. Like actually, be a little bit happy, because being single is a time to work on you. It's a time to work on your relationship with God. It's very important that you really, really, really know yourself, because you think you know yourself, but then you can learn so much more if you like really concentrate and focus, and you can grow so much more with your relationship with God if you focus more on Him, all your energy and all your time. Back to the crushes and the wasting time and energy, you gotta pull away from those crushes, because those can take up time that you could be spending with God or just working on yourself, finding out what you really like, what you really want in a relationship. But I wouldn't say don't waste too much time on it unless you're actually like going into a relationship or working on a relationship or working on with someone to be entering into a relationship. Sorry, that was a lot of words. But you know what I mean. If you're like have someone you're talking to and you're thinking about, starting a relationship, those are some things you have to discuss. So something I thought about last night in the Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verses 4 and then verses 6 through 8 really helped me with my thinking, is that waiting for love is like waiting for hot water to boil. And you know the saying that a watch pot doesn't boil. And I really feel like that's the same thing. Like you just gotta go and do other things. Like you can't just stare at the stove and will the pot to boil. Just like you can't pray or sit around and wait and will that person or a new person to come into your life and for you to love them and all of this stuff. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your relationship with God. Like me, I'm just focused on trying to get a job right now and be able to fully take care of myself. There's so many other things going on, especially for me and where I am in my life, that a relationship is not even, no, blinders on to the relationship thing. That's how I feel right now. Just like, people talk about it. I'm like, that's cool. That's not for me right now. I'm busy. I'm focused on trying to accomplish my dreams and other things. So don't waste your energy. Don't waste it. Don't worry about love right now. I know. I used to be really boy crazy. Like I used to like boys were my main thing. They were like I was all about the boys and trying to get relationships. Like with my friends get relationships and all that type of stuff. So I've come a long way. A long way. Still have some picky things. I still have very heavy crushes on people. But even with my crushes, I've grown to, be more attracted to people, to men of God, and more people who are like clearly focused on God. I'm just like, I need to be more focused on God instead of on how focused He is on God. So yeah. So just be patient, blah blah blah. People are probably like, oh whatever, I've already heard this before, blah blah blah. Be patient, love will come, all of that. But it will. And I was supposed to keep this video short and it's kind of long. So hopefully you watched it this far. It's time to wrap it up. But feel free to message me, talk to me if you want to pray, talk about relationships, talk about all that stuff. No one sent me any questions. But that's fine. But if you want me to, I can. I'll talk to you with it. About my experience with some relationships that I've had in the past. And all of that. I can't really comment on godly relationships because I haven't been in one that was really God focused, or at least started that was started from a relationship with God. So planning on that being my next relationship whenever that comes around. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. Don't be sad. Don't listen to love songs and drink wine and cry. Remember what Donna said? I can't remember the exact line. I saw it on a GIF the other day, but it's like, don't drink wine. Wine is crying juice. So if you're one of those persons who people that wine turns into crying juice, don't do it. Be happy. Love your family and friends. Buy yourself some chocolate. The snow is melting. I can go to the store and get my brownies Finally, I'm so excited. But yeah, just have a great day. I love you all my followers, all 377 of you. You're basically my Valentines, and I am free to be your Valentine. So have a great day. Bye.